Why shouldn't we copy the left?
Oh, well, people need to be awake and they need to be aware. They need to stand up against the stuff.
Right here on my thumbnail, you see where I say stop copying the left. And you see an advertisement for voter registration. So I hear a lot of YouTuber types, Twitter types. I hear them saying, we gotta do voter registration. The left does voter registration drives. We gotta do voter registration drives. Like the left, we gotta compete with the left. No. No. Let me explain to you why. Okay, so here's the thing. People who are not educated voters, they vote Democrat. You ever get in a discussion with a Democrat and you back them, not like one of these like CNN people who just repeat the talking points, but like a normal Democrat who's trying to argue with you. And then you get in a discussion with them and you start asking them questions and bringing up examples, and all of a sudden it's, oh, I don't actually know about that. Oh, I don't actually know about that. This has happened to me many times, which doesn't surprise me because they really don't know very much. I mean, yeah, there are people who vote conservative who don't know very much, like the MAGA-tards. But for the most part, you find that people on the right generally know their stuff way more than people on the left. So, what I'm proposing, instead of going out and doing voter registration drives, what I think we need to do is go out and educate people. Go out, hand out flyers, explain to people stuff, anything. Tell them about, communism, tie it into history, explain the history to them. Explain to them how much Planned Parenthood, like the fraud, explain to them like how they charge $500 for, I think they charge $500 for an abortion, and how tax money is paying for this. And then they often use the argument that it isn't because it's illegal because of the Hyde Amendment. But, then there's fungibility. So you go out and you explain stuff to people. How about telling people in New York City, telling black people in New York City that, well, this is something black conservatives could do. They could go out and talk to black people who are a toss-up, whoever knows what they are. Explain to them about the black genocide. Do you know that more black babies are aborted than black babies are actually born? And this is pretty shocking. This is something that Brandon Straka talked about in his walkway that he did in the black community in Harlem, and then he also put it out as like a 1-minute standalone clip. And then also there's actually a website called blackgenocide.org. I think it's .org. Could be .com. This website was put out by a black pastor named Childress, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, who actually was concerned about the black genocide of Planned Parenthood statistics. But do people know this? We know this on the right. We know these stats cold. Do they know these stats? They don't know these stats. We gotta go out and talk to them or hand out flyers and stuff. If we have Hispanics who speak Spanish, if you guys are willing to translate flyers or create flyers in Spanish, and then you could give them to people who don't speak Spanish and they can hand them out, or you could work with people who don't speak Spanish. You could go out in like mixed neighborhoods as a group, and then if somebody encounters somebody who speaks Spanish, they can flag down the person in the group who speaks Spanish and have them talk to the person. And for anyone else, they can speak to the people in English. That's one thing you can do. Same thing with if there's anybody who speaks like Chinese or Russian. That's what we need to do. We need to go out and we need to educate people and we need to talk to the people. Not voter registrations. Like I said, the problem with voter registrations is you register them to vote and then they don't know anything. So they vote Democrat because they watch mainstream media news and they watch MTV and movies, which is pop culture, and Netflix, which is horribly, horribly leftist. I did a video about it. Or they read Teen Vogue, which is horribly, horribly leftist. Mainstream culture is horribly, horribly leftist. So if you don't educate people and you get them registered to vote, you're helping the left. It's a terrible idea. Yeah, thanks.
Oh, well, people need to be awake and they need people need to be awake and they need to be aware. They need to stand up against the stuff. Oh, well, people need to be awake. People need to be awake and they need to be aware. They need to stand up against this stuff. Oh, well.
And it's so politically engaged. And it's so politically engaged.